My husband's a stay-at-home dad. I feel like I do a lot of the mental load stuff. Never think you're too old.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I thought I was too old at 27, which is ridiculous. So it's now or never. Like, if not now, then when? Just have a go. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work out, at least you've tried.
Hello and welcome to Second Act, the podcast and community for women in midlife who refuse to fade into the background. I'm your host, Ateh Jewel, and I'll be speaking to celebrity guests about the moment they knew they were in their second act and how they're changing the game in their next one. Our guest for today's episode is British comedian, actress and presenter Ellie Taylor. Ellie starred in the hit Apple TV Plus series Ted Lasso and is a familiar face on 8 out of 10 Cats. And would I lie to you? I can't wait to chat to her today. Ellie Taylor, welcome to Second Act. I am so thrilled. Welcome, Ellie, to Second Act.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Can I kick off by asking you to summarise your first act in 3 words?
My first act in 3 words would be fun, but longing.
Oh, I'm feeling Emily Bronte.
Oh my God, so not Emily Bronte. But it was just like a period of... So I'm viewing my first act up to about me being about 30.
Yes.
And then I think it sort of shifts after that. So I was in like a really good marketing and PR job. And I was like late 20s and it was really good, but I never wanted that. I never wanted a desk job. I always wanted to perform in some way. So it was always like just feeling like I was letting myself down. Oh. And I knew that I could do more and I wanted to do more. So that's why I say like longing.
That's the worst feeling in the world. And I've had it for years. I've had it for decades. Like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not who I'm supposed to be. How do I become that person? Yeah. And how did you do it? Because God bless you, so many people don't.
Yeah. Well, it was more accident really. So I started doing stand-up, like just as a hobby. So I saw a friend of mine from uni do an open mic night and she was a very similar character to me. We'd done the same course at university.
What did you study?
English writing and performance.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was like the most academic sort of showing offy thing that I could find, course I could find to do. So I saw her do it and I thought, oh, if you can do that, I can do that. So I put my name down. I just thought I'd do it once and then that would be it. But I just started going out with my now husband then and he was like, oh, he came to see it and he was like, oh, you were good at that. You should carry on. You should do that again. I mean, bless him, because obviously my first gig inevitably would have been dreadful, but he's always seen potential in me when I hadn't seen it.
That's what true love does.
It is, yeah. And he's not in a gushing way. He's not a soppy fella. He just has always been very sort of pragmatically confident in what I can achieve when I have not been. And so, yeah, I carried on. And then from that, I got onto a TV show called Show Me the Funny, which was sort of like the X Factor for comedy. It was years ago now. No one watched it apart from like my mum and dad. And to do that, I had to quit my job because you had to commit to a certain amount of filming. So I quit my job in marketing and PR when I'd never been paid for a gig doing stand-up. I was still so new, but I just auditioned and managed to wangle my way in. And of course, they liked the story of, young woman who's just started this. And there were way less female comics at that point as well. There was only a couple of us on the show out of 10 comics. So yeah, got on the show, quit my job, and then it all sort of happened from there.
I love that for you.
Yeah, really
because
cool.
You took the gamble.
Yeah, I did take the gamble. But again, it was down to good support around me because I was very much like, well, I've got this really good job in corporate events. Oh gosh, I'm so old and 27. How decrepit I am. How can I possibly take this gamble? I've got a pension. And then my boyfriend and my family were like, of course you should do it, you idiot. Quit your job, have a go. And again, if I hadn't had them, I don't know that I would have done it. So sometimes people around you have more confidence and more gumption for you than you have for yourself.
So you've got cheerleaders who pick up the pom-poms and say, go for it, which I love for you. And it can be make or break, people believing in you.
Absolutely.
Can I just say, it really irritates me the way people or society, we were brought up to think 27 is like a child, it's a fetus.
Yeah, I may as well give up.
And also the fact, like, what was it like on that show? So I'm Gen X. We were brought up to believe that women aren't funny, which is the biggest nonsense I've ever heard. Because there's nothing funnier than a woman who has to put up with nonsense. Do you know what I mean? It's like, women are the funniest. What was that show like for you?
It was great. So it was 10 contestants, me and another woman, and then all the rest of the guys were guys. So it was really cool. I mean, it was a mad sort of proposition when I look back on it. So the sort of premise was each week you turn up, you're in a very sort of specific gig. So one week we had to gig in front of Liverpudlian women. Another week it was soldiers at Catterick Army Barracks. And you had to write 5 minutes new material and perform it, which is bonkers because no one would ever do that. And inevitably all the other guys who were proper established comedians were not doing new material because of course they weren't there on telly. Whereas I didn't have new material. So I really had to do 5 minutes new material each week. And it was absolutely terrifying because it was very odd. They wouldn't let you see the room before you went out there. So you'd walk through the curtains and then find yourself on stage. And, I remember at the army barracks, like I was performing, there was loads of tanks behind me and just like 500 blokes in army gear. And it was quite affronting. So yeah, I've never been more nervous in my life, I think. That and Strictly, I think, were the most terrifying things I've ever done nerves-wise.
Okay, I'm getting over the tanks and being thrown at. Quite frankly, that is terrifying.
Yeah, it was.
They want terrifying. You to be unbalanced.
Yeah, exactly that. It's exactly that. Yeah,
and then Strictly, can I just say, I'm campaigning to go on Strictly because I'm a dancer in my heart. And
Are you a dancer in your body, though?
Yes.
Are you good? Are you good? Have you got rhythm?
I'm a really good dancer.
Oh my...
I can batty roll, Ellie. I can do it.
I don't even know what that means.
Just like, and I can samba. Talk to me. So can I just say, anyone who's been on Strictly, I'm just like, please tell me what that was like.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I cannot batty roll, I shall tell you that. I am the most like wooden woman you can imagine. I've got rhythm, but I've never had any physical confidence. I've always been very tall and lanky and didn't quite know where to put my arms and legs. So I always wanted to do Strictly, but was terrified of the prospect of it at the same time because it's so out of my comfort zone. I'm good at performing, but it felt incredibly vulnerable because I feel so embarrassed by it. I'm very cringy. Even now, even though I've done Strictly, the idea of doing like a TikTok dance, I want to throw up in a bin. Like, no, flay my own skin off. I can't bear it. So it was very scary and very... you felt very raw doing it, and there was, it was brilliant, absolutely. But the process of it is just so full on, and
it's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot.
How much dancing a day is it?
It depends how much you want to do, but yeah, I can't even remember what we did now. I think we'd start at like 10 to 5, 10 to 4.
It's proper fame. It's proper fame. School of dance.
But I love, like, I'm a little geek and I like doing homework, so I just wanted to drill it and drill it and drill it and drill it. And I also just needed to because it doesn't come naturally to me. I had to just force the steps into my body, sort of thing. But yeah, it was the best. I'm so glad I've done it, and it was an incredible experience, and I loved it, and I loved all the hair and makeup and all of that. But it's just, you can't get away from how terrifying it is. And it should be. You're dancing live on telly, especially if you're not a dancer in any way. I just remember hearing like dancing the quick step, and you'd go, oh God, oh God. And still now when I hear the Strictly theme music, you go a little bit like, oh God. Even actually before the live show starts, when the crowd are being warmed up, the song before the Strictly theme music that I play is Sweet Caroline. Oh. And so that when I hear that now, there's something in it like, I go on high alert, ready to do like a quick waltz. It was amazing though.
Okay, so what you're telling me from going out, when you were thrown out into the army barracks, I would have just batty rolled and did some Britney to warm them up, quite frankly. But you're brave. That's what I'm hearing. You were a brave person. From quitting your job to doing stand-up to doing Strictly. Where does this courage come from?
Do you know, it's funny because on paper, you're actually, I've never thought about it like that, but you're right. I think on paper, I look brave, but I don't feel like a brave person. I feel like quite a pathetic person.
Can I say that is the definition of bravery?
Do you reckon?
It is literally, no, I literally looked it up. It's being scared and doing it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's the thing, brave. Isn't it? Yeah, I think I do that. I think I do that.
That's the definition of brave. Like, I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, have a go.
Do it anyway. That's the definition of it. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think it's probably innate, isn't it? Sometimes you can't really take credit for a lot of things. If you get deep into stuff, you can't really take credit for anything because
Did you have a scary childhood?
No, I had an absolute charm childhood. I don't know why I do stand-up because you're meant to be incredibly have all these
broken.
Demons you need to. Yeah, I'm broken, but I don't know why because I've had this lovely childhood with very stable upbringing and a lot of connection and and my family are wonderful and I've had a lovely time at school and I've got a nice husband and I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it?
I think it's two sides of the same coin where you are so filled up you have stuff to give.
Maybe.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to pick it apart at some point. But then the whole house of cards might fall down. So
It's fine.
Let's not poke it too much.
I was going to ask you, if you were going to give yourself a report card for your first act, what would it say?
Do you know what? I think I'd go A, man. Because I was trying and I was having fun and I was doing what you're meant to do in your 20s and, up to 30-ish. Like you were, I think you're a kid till you're about 35, really. And I was doing it and I was having a go and I was having fun with my friends and I was dating and I did everything that you're meant to do, I think. And then I think once I hit 30 and I'd started doing stand-up professionally, I don't know, once I hit 30, I think between 30 and 40 particularly, I've had this real growth in confidence, sort of quietly crept over me, which is a lovely feeling to just sort of back myself. And I'm very aware of what I'm not good at and what I will struggle at and what I won't shine in. And I'm also very aware of what I'm really good at. And that's really nice to know, like, that's fine. I can absolutely do that. No problem.
That's power.
Yeah, it does feel powerful.
Yeah. And then, because a good friend of mine's like, once you can make peace with the stuff that you're not good at, just pay someone to do it, babe.
Yeah. Outsource. Yeah.
If you don't like a spreadsheet, it's cool.
Yeah.
You don't like doing your accounts, it's cool.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think it's so true. You get to a point where instead of beating yourself up, then suddenly you're like, I don't care. It's okay.
Yeah.
Keith, could you please do my spreadsheet?
Oh, good old Keith. No, that's what you need in your life, Keith.
So I'm so happy for you. And it comes with age, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So what does second act mean to you? Because you are now in your second act.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I suppose now it means, more confidence, more of a sense of self. But in my second act, I have kids now, so that changes everything as well. So you're doing stuff for yourself, but you're also doing stuff for your whole family. There's more sort of riding on it. You can't be as sort of frivolous and silly with your choices.
How old are your babies?
7 and 2.
You're in it.
I'm in it, sister.
You're in it.
Holy hell.
Finger painting, pasta jewellery. I can't sleep.
Oh,
that's
my
lovely,
God.
darling. Yeah. Peppa Pig.
They are. Do you know what? I feel like it's just so up and down, isn't it, at this stage? Like we had the big, I remember like the other morning, it was an absolute shit show. Like the double drop off. Everyone was crying. Horrific. I got home, I felt like I'd lived 100 lives before 9 o'clock. And then this morning had a really nice drop off. Yeah. And the little, when things go well like that the beauty and the magic of the perfect walk to school, where you just have a lovely chat.
Holding hats.
And it's so gorgeous, isn't it? And like, I mean, the big things in parenting are lovely, like the birthdays and going to the zoo and seeing an elephant for the first time. But the magic in the perfect mundane things, like the most wonderful trip to Sainsbury's.
Yes. Pushing
that is so lovely.
And them laughing.
Yeah. Yes.
There's nothing more present than a child.
and it's gorgeous. But then alongside that, you also have the shoes, put your shoes on! That sort of thing as well.
I just remember when my girls, I've got twins, and when they were 2 or 3.
Oh, twins.
And I remember my ex-husband screaming, and we were screaming, and I was like trying not to laugh. And he's like, what have I told you about wands in the house? What have I told you about glitter wands in the house? And I was like, the 19-year-old in me would find this
really funny,
surreal and weird and ridiculous. Screaming because they were whacking each other with their glitter wands and unicorn ears. Not in the
house. Oh my! Yeah, sometimes you do have to laugh at how absolutely bonkers and the things that you're saying is.
Yes, I'm getting really. It was just so weird.
The flashback. I don't know how you survived twins.
You know what? Because they were my first babies, I don't know any different.
Yeah,
I think people who have single kids and then twins, that's like, because they had a cup of tea.
Horrific.
And they could sleep when the baby. I never didn't.
No.
I
didn't sleep.
I didn't sleep. Double breastfeeding.
Oh my gosh!
And I went back to work 2 weeks after the babies were born, which was insane.
Yeah, I went back after 6 weeks as well. Yeah,
you see what I mean? When it's me, myself, and I,
freelance life, isn't it? Yeah,
no one's going to be there to like. And anyway, what was the moment that you knew you were in your second act?
The moment I knew I was in my second act, I think, I suppose, like a real financial mark, perhaps, was I know when I quit my job in marketing, I thought this first year, I just want to match my salary.
Oh, that's a good marker to have.
And I remember I matched it and then exceeded it. But when I matched it and it was only midway through the year, I was like, yes, this is happening and I'm doing it. And that was really, it's just something really tangible, isn't it? To sort of see that.
I always wanted to make my age. So whatever age I was.
I remember saying that. Yes.
Is that like a thing we were taught?
I don't know, but I exactly remember saying that myself.
At my age, I'm 25, I'm 24.
Yeah.
So and when you hit those markers and you go over it, it is really, you can be proud of yourself.
Yeah. Which seems sort of shallow, but also it's not, because I don't think it's just like money. It's just like that is the sort of marker of success in our society, isn't it? And it's how you are, it sort of proves where you are in a very
we are
number form.
And also being British, we just don't like to talk about it. It's very distant. Sure. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's power, it's protection. And I think the more we get comfortable with talking, and I'm very financially illiterate, and and also I think it's that's your husband's job.
But you need a Keith.
You need a Keith. And it was always someone else's business. Right. And I think we need to rewrite the relationship with money and women and money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, that's powerful.
So you must have to have changed that since your divorce.
You would think.
All right.
Okay. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's a work in progress. But you know what? I'm a child of divorce, and money was always like used as power struggle. So I've got a very weird relationship with money.
Right.
So it's about rebranding that.
Okay.
So I was always like, he's come, he's go. What's your relationship with money?
I've always been very sensible. I'm not frivolous. I don't buy many things. I don't buy clothes.
Can I touch you so it rubble?
Are you a spendy spender?
Oh, it burns.
Really?
I'm just like, whatever.
No, I've never been like, maybe when I was younger, but certainly now, like, I've got a bee in my bonnet about like clothes, and especially my, like, just, bad for the environment sort of thing. And I really try not, I've got nothing to wear. Yes, I'm not allowed to buy anything. So I try and do a lot of stuff on Vinted, but it's just hard work, isn't it? It puts extra layer.
You've got the time for it.
I know, and that's why
Vinted,
I struggle. And I get all my kids' stuff from there, but I think I need to maybe invest. I need to maybe invest in some nice pieces for myself. I think I actually could do with spending some more money on myself, because I don't often do it. I won't take you with me because you will annihilate your credit card.
I'm not allowed that anymore. I'm just.
Oh, that's good though.
So I'm getting better. Yeah, no credit cards, nothing like that.
Good girl, what's that?
Trying to get good financial habits.
Yeah,
it's wild.
I think money scares me a bit. I think maybe that's why, because perhaps what you're saying, I'm not a figures girl. I find it very hard to retain that information. Yes. It's like when my accountant starts talking to me, I cannot concentrate. He just like, duh. Yeah. I cannot do it. So I think that's why it scares me. So I just try and not spend it, so I know it's there.
I'm the opposite. It scares me, so I spend it. I think literally.
Oh wait! Get
away from me! Get away! In the name of Jesus, I will tell you. Let's go and get a jacket. Yeah, that's literally. It's a problem.
That's interesting, the way different people react to it.
Talk to me about your memoir called "My Child and Other Mistakes: How to Ruin Your Life in the Best Way Possible." Obsessed with that title. Have your feelings towards motherhood changed since writing that book?
No, they haven't really. So I wrote that when my daughter was about 2.5, similar age to my son now, actually. And I wrote, it's the book that I wish I could have read when I was pregnant. That old chestnut. So, yeah, it was just about how I found the first bit of parenting really awful.
Yeah. People, could we say that louder? Because
oh my God,
you're supposed to think it's magical and wonderful. I'm like, a lot of this is bullshit.
It's absolute bullshit.
Thank you.
It's horrific. And it wasn't like I didn't like my kid. It was just like, this process is
drudgery. Awful.
And I just felt crackers. And it was just so relentless and horrid. And I still now can't fathom, because I had my boy, who's now 2, he did not like being a baby. Oh, he did not like being a baby. He was very unhappy. He was miserable for his first year, and so we were all miserable for that first year. And now he's 2. It's much better than it used to be. But I think it just it drummed into me just how different people's experience can be, and how I cannot get my head around it. Like, I remember my friend had her second baby on a Saturday, and then on the Sunday came home and cooked her family a roast dinner. And I'm like,
sorry. What?
So our bodies did the same thing, but my brain, as if my brain could have coped with chopping a potato. I'm like, I've got this I was just so overwhelmed by all of it, and it felt like my life had been turned upside down. And that happened both times. And I don't know if it's postpartum depression.
Did you have a C-section or natural?
Both C-sections.
I had a C-section too.
Yeah.
And I feel you're a lot you're disconnected.
I wonder if that's partly to do with it.
Look, I think honestly,
because it's so suddenly quick and sort of switched on, isn't it?
I had a bump and then suddenly someone was handing me 2 babies. I'm like, all right, mate, if you say so.
Yeah, but do you know what? Saying both of my kids, actually, I started going into labour on their C-section days.
I never went into that. So I was like, okay, I'm a mum if you say so. There's a little screen there. Yeah. Are they even mine?
Yeah.
Okay. I was so disconnected.
Yeah.
And I think the birthing process, you've got a lot of time and pain to get your head around it.
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
I felt like... I'm glad I had, my daughter was booked in for a C-section on that morning. I started going into labour, beautifully, clearly she's meant to be born on this day. Fantastic. Sweet. And I had a few hours of contractions and I thought, not for me, thanks. So thank God I was booked in for a C-section. And my son came a month early. So I don't think I've processed a lot of that. And I think I remember, because I had to do a very rushed goodbye to my daughter as we sort of raced across London to get to hospital. And I remember I had a real panic attack before they did the spinal block. And I remember saying to my husband, I was really, really crying. And I said, I was saying to tell our daughter, if anything happens to me, that I love her. And he was obviously like, it's fine. But in that moment, it felt so real that something might happen to me. And I was thinking about this the other day. It's like the closest I felt to death. I was nowhere near death. But it was I was so worried that something was going to happen.
You could have died.
And you just don't. It just felt so... I was thinking about that. I was like, I haven't thought about that a lot. It's all been so full on since he arrived. I think I've got some stuff to go back and think about.
You know, I was having this conversation with one of my many spiritual healers.
Oh.
I have to introduce you.
You've got spiritual healers? Multiple?
I'm witchy woo-woo, babe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so unwitchy.
I think you're my soul sister, and I think
we're opposites.
We're the opposites, so we're going to be best friends, obviously. And I will introduce you. That she's called Ruth.
No, there's no spiritual healer called
Ruth. But she was saying so many women have such unhealed trauma from their birth stories.
Yeah.
And we're so rushed along, and none of us process it.
No.
You just have to crack on and do double breastfeeding and bottles and.
Yeah.
So many women. I think it's so interesting.
But you know, that's one thing I loved about writing my book was I felt like it was incredibly cathartic to write it all out and to look back on all the newborn stuff that I went through and how crazy I felt, to write it out. And I think that was such a luxury because you don't get to do that in normal life. Most women don't. No. And I was thinking that maybe I need to just write about my son just for myself.
Book 2, babe.
Just to get book 2.
Hashtag therapy.
My second mistake. Yeah.
Hashtag mummy loves you.
Yeah. I know, when my daughter's not actually clocked the cover of that book yet, so I've got a lot to talk about when she does.
You know what? I think being honest and being true is the best gift you can give to your children.
I agree, actually, and I'd be very happy with her to read it, and I think if she had a baby, I hope that she would find solace and hope in it.
So many, my girls, one of my daughters said, don't get weird, but I might not have kids. And I was like, okay, a lot of it is bullshit.
Yeah.
But I love you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. And it's that thing. It's like, I think a lot of people are finding it very interesting. Do they want children?
Yeah.
I said the world is technicolor because you're here, but I get it.
Oh, 100%. I was talking to my husband about this the other day. I said, would you advise our kids to have kids? Because I'm not sure I would.
Interesting.
Because everything feels so on a knife edge at the moment.
I do want to be a grandma, though, selfishly.
Do you?
I think I'd be a much better grandmother. I'd be like, grandma's here, have some sugar. Yeah. Let me just go to bed at midnight. And then I'd boom.
Nap time. What nap time? Let us.
I'd be like, bye, girls. And all the best bits.
Yeah.
I think, so selfishly, I'd be a great grandma.
Well, you've got two shots
double
there,
bubble.
don't you? Yeah.
I was like, whatever, girl. I've got another one. Talk to me about what you were doing differently in your second act compared to your first act.
I think the main difference is probably that self-belief that I have more now than I compared to what I used to. And I think I used to be, I used to sort of shut down a bit. I think I'd sort of self-sabotage in a way sometimes because I was so sort of worried.
Talk to me about self-sabotage because that is huge and it's a theme I hear again and again. I have it. How did that present for you?
I think it would I'd just tell myself so much that I couldn't do something or I wasn't doing well in this particular situation that I would just shut down. And that's one of my coping things. I think if I'm having an argument, rather than shouting, I would quite often just retreat and not. Like if I'm with my husband, I would just sort of, he's like, you can't communicate if you're not talking. So he gets really frustrated with me because I just sort of shut down, which is mad for someone who's a professional communicator, essentially.
No, it makes total sense.
I'm much better written than I am verbal.
You see, we are solstices. I just burn the house down. I'm rageaholic. I'm getting better.
Right.
But it's like, it's either nothing, or full on.
Okay.
And then and shutting down is very, I'm like, I don't understand. Let's just thrash it out.
Shut down.
But it's the same response.
Yeah.
It's the same response.
It's sort of self-protection, I suppose, isn't it? So I think I'm less likely to do that professionally now, which is great. And I am, I think I just back myself more and have confidence that I think I try to look at what I have done and go, well, that means think of what you've achieved, Ellie. You can do this. The
Evidence.
best, as Oprah once said, I think it was Oprah, the best indicator of the future is the past. Right. So if you've done all this stuff behind you, you know you've got it within you to do more stuff. And I have done some mental, brave, stupid things. So it doesn't tally with the view that I have of myself, which is like a bit of a wally, which I am. But I think maybe I need to think to myself, you can hold both of those things at the same time.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done?
Probably Strictly, like for professionally, that was really terrifying. Personally, having children.
I was going to say, yeah.
That's pretty scary. I reckon.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Children and Strictly.
Yeah, and stand-up in itself is inherently scary. It's a stupid job choice, isn't it? But I suppose I'm so used to it now, it doesn't... I think a lot of people would view that as the most scary sort of job they can imagine doing, standing on stage and trying to be the funniest person in the room. Mm-hmm. But because I've been doing it for years now, it doesn't feel scary.
How do you deal with hecklers?
Don't really get many. I think people often assume you do, but no, very, very rarely. And I've never had
anyone be mean or not nice to you on stage?
No, not really. Nothing that I can handle. So it's not something that I can concern myself with. Plus, also, I've got such lovely crowds now because I've done this. I've collected people who like my stuff sort of over the years from all these different shows. So they come together. Like I did a tour this year, and it was the biggest tour I've done in the biggest venues, and it was such a delight. And my audiences were such a beautiful mix, and they were so funny. Like when I talked to people in the audience, they were brilliant. So no, I think once you get to a level where you're playing your own shows, basically. There's people who have got an investment in the room. It's not like you're at a comedy club and they're like, oh, who's this bird? They don't know. There's no investment there. Whereas I'm fortunate now in that when people come to see me, they've come to see me, at least half of them. So half of them have been dragged along, but half of them are there for a reason, which is great.
Talk to me about your community. How has your approach to friendship changed in your second act?
Oh, God. Unfortunately, it's completely down the toilet, I'd say.
It's so but you're in the wilderness years.
I'm in the wilderness years. I'd say I am the best WhatsApp friend you can imagine.
Reels, 3 a.m. in the morning. That's me.
Well, no, I'm in bed at 9 o'clock. But but I have some of my favourite exchanges I have on WhatsApp. Like I have my university friends, and we are very active. We all have very different lives all over the country, but it's like having some cheerleaders in your pocket, isn't it? They are just the best, and we all, will moan about different things that are going on, different challenges in our lives, and they are honestly my absolute solace. And I've got my school friends as well, and just different groups of people. And I think I don't prioritise friendships now in meeting up with people, and I find that really hard. But I just don't have the time.
It's a season.
I hope so.
And I promise you, the people who stay with you are your people.
I know, but I do feel bad because there are some wonderful people I would love to spend time with, and I would get a lot from spending time with them. But it's just particularly my job, because I work so many evenings. I feel very bad to my kids and my husband if I then go, I'm going out again to see. Do you know what I mean? It's like I sort of use my tokens on work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I've got in a few weekends' time, me and my girls from school have got this day in. We're having a day in London. Ooh! We're like treating ourselves, and I can't wait. And I live quite close to a few of them, and I've seen maybe twice this year. It's mad.
It's weird. Because my 19 or teenage or 20 something would be like, I don't understand how it's physically possible.
Absolutely the same.
But it's a vortex.
Yeah.
We don't live in the same dimension.
And everyone is so busy. Everyone has kids with different activities. But do you know, my husband's a stay-at-home dad.
Ooh,
so
does he do that?
But do you know what? I still do a lot of it. I still do a lot of the mental load. I'm not going to say that he does, a lot of the heavy lifting.
Who takes the fluff out the dryer? That's my litmus test.
Oh, I've done that the last couple of times. But I'm sure he does that as well, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's my litmus test. When was the last time you took the fluff out the dryer?
Yeah.
Simon,
I think it's like...
or whoever you are.
I think it's... I still do a lot of... I feel like I do a lot of the mental load stuff, like exactly Halloween costumes, and it's both of their birthdays coming up, so ordering so much stuff. And that, I think, it's not because he wouldn't do it, but it's because... I think sometimes it's because I think I should do it because of societal...
Patriarchy.
Like it's so in me, like I am the mother, this is what I should do. That I sort of involve myself in things that I shouldn't be involved in. I should like just let him do his thing. And I do micromanage. Yeah. I do micromanage him. So it's a thing there's no example for me to follow here, which I find difficult and probably great at the same time. I don't know one in my life who has the same setup as us. We don't have anyone who's a stay-at-home dad. Yeah. So we are kind of making up as we go along. And it's really interesting when the power dynamic or the classic power dynamic of the, mum at home, dad at work shifts. It's quite weird because you're kind of in free fall because you don't know
evil
how to
eye
do it.
at the school gates.
No, but I do think I haven't hung out with many of the mums from school, although this week I'm going out with them for the first time.
Be careful.
Oh no, they're a lovely bunch.
Be careful.
Has it been funny times?
I have the best school mum friends who are my ride or dies. Yeah. But you have to do you. And how's it working out power-wise?
Yeah, good. I think he's been doing it for a few years now, so we're sort of getting there. But it's still a work in progress, I think.
It's hard.
For sure. But I think that's just marriage, isn't it? As well, particularly marriage with young kids.
Yes.
It's not in the movies. Is it? It's not in the movies.
Yeah, they're romantic, But this is, if you can get through that, you can get through anything.
Yeah.
And then you get to the other side, then you can be in Paris for the weekend.
Do you know, I'm holding on to that fact. I'm like, it's like we're just co-workers at the moment.
Yeah.
And I assume in a few years we'll tag back in and actually be able to have a life.
Yeah. It will happen. It will happen. Talk to me. You have an incredible career as a presenter, comedian and actress. Do you have a favourite job?
Oh, do I have a favourite job? I do like presenting particularly. I think because it's, I think I find it the most natural fit. With stand-up, I love, it's really hard work and there's a lot of prep involved.
Yes. Which people don't realise.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are like, oh, do you do the same show wherever you go?
Do you just set it up on the spot?
It's like incredibly scripted, guys. I've worked my balls off for this. Yeah. And then acting, again, you've got to learn stuff, usually not stuff you've written, so that's kind of harder. Whereas with presenting, it's just me being a donut, and I really love that. I think particularly the jobs that I've had.
You know what? Presenting, you get to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
Yeah. But like the best version of yourself.
Yes.
Not the miserable bitch. So I saved that for my husband.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Ted Lasso, and would you go back for season 4?
Oh my gosh, I would love to go back for season 4, but I think they're all done now. Actually, I don't know if they've finished filming, but I know they had been filming.
But it was a happy experience.
Oh my God, yeah,
cult
I loved
classic.
it.
Everyone loved it.
I mean, obviously no one knew it was going to be a cult classic when it started, so what an amazing thing to just be a part of, sort of by accident, as I suppose everyone was. But yeah, it was, it's brilliant. And I feel so chuffed and lucky to be part of something that's so beloved. And I have so many people coming up to me, always like, Sassy, oh my God, I love Ted Lasso. It meant so much to me. Oh, I'm rewatching it with my teenagers now, which one my sister's doing, which is lovely. So yeah, it's fab.
Who were you closest to in the cast in real life? And were there any days on set you particularly remember?
Because I sort of shot in and out, so I wasn't, I was in a few episodes each season. So I can't, it wasn't like I was super bezies with anyone, but I immediately loved Hannah. And but I can't imagine how anyone could meet her and not immediately fall in love with her.
Like the sun.
Yeah, she is. And she's exactly how she is. And she's brilliant. And she's just brilliant. And I totally fell in love with her. Yeah.
Talk to me about any particular fun days, memorable days on set.
Oh, there were a ton of fun days on set. I mean, they were all pretty fun. Can I remember anything in particular? I remember after, it was the third series, and I can't remember what scene we were doing, but then after we finished filming, me and some of the other guys went to have a drink with Jason in his Winnebago, which was really nice, just having like a nice chat. So yeah, that was really
quite
good fun.
in between moments are the best, aren't they?
Yeah, and then you like doing these big scenes with there's a lot of people and there's a lot of sort of standing around just having a chat because you're there for like 2 days filming the same scene. So yeah, a really lovely bunch.
I love that for you. Now talk to me about Halfords.
All right,
you've partnered. I said that like Oprah, didn't I? Halfords. You recently partnered with them, who have discovered that the average Brit spends nearly 12 hours a year sitting in their car for some time alone, which I'm one of those people. Mm-hmm. I often have music on and have a car concert. Is this research something that you relate to?
Oh my God, 100%. Like when Halfords came to me about this and about how we spend up to 12 hours a year in the car, just secret car time, I was like, that is 100% me. Like when I drop my kids off at school, just getting back into your car with peace. No one's screaming. The crazy morning has ended and your time has begun. It's such a lovely sort of moment of solace, isn't it, in the car? And I find my car a real sanctuary from that sort of the crazy kid sort of in and out of dropping them around. And I often will find myself sitting on like our driveway. I don't need to sit on our driveway. The house is just there. But it's like no one can get me here. I can't do any washing in here. There's nothing to do. I can just sit. I can scroll on my phone. I can listen to a podcast. I can look out the window and no one's asking me for anything. So I think, yeah, I'm absolutely one of those people. And it's this really nice campaign about, it's sort of something that we all do perhaps, but we haven't named it. And I think to name it as like, oh, car time. I'm having some car time. It's like making it part of your routine and like part of your mindfulness and part of your self-care, self-car.
It is really healing.
Yeah.
And I like sometimes I scroll or sometimes I sing some Britney or Beyonce.
I do my best singing in the car.
Who do you sing to?
I really try and harmonise.
Do it.
I always think I need lessons just on harmonising. But yeah, that's one I would try my hardest.
What are you singing in the car?
Whatever's on. I love a bit of pop. I'm a pop girl.
Are you Destiny's Child pop? Are you Britney?
I'm thinking I can do quite a good harmony to the Backstreet Boys. I want it that way. Absolutely not, no. With the hand. But yeah, I do enjoy it. That's the time where like the place where I feel the freest to sing is definitely in the car.
That gives me so much permission. Right? Thank you. So you're 42 now. Were you excited to turn 40?
I was very pregnant with my son. So it was a sort of strange time because it's an odd age, isn't it, to be an older mother. So turning 40.
Geriatric mother.
Geriatric mother. So it's sort of like young enough to give birth, but old enough to be on WhatsApp groups called perimenopause ? Like it's this odd land I inhabited. So my 40th was not a big deal at all. I need to like redo it at some point and have a big party.
I think you should just blow it out. Just have a
random massive 43rd or something, right?
And be like, hashtag 40 plus 43rd party.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that for you. But you weren't scared to turn 40. A lot of people are like, ooh.
No, I mean, I can't remember now. I think I was so focused just on having the baby. But it is a big, it feels like a big deal, doesn't it? It shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah. And I think my mum is like the coolest person I know. And she said to me, like a switch, the moment you turn 40, you just don't care. And I was like, whatever. And like the stroke of midnight, the zero fucks kicked in. And it was delicious. Because I think you care less as a woman. You start to care less and you start to realise that the clock is ticking and you've got to, if there's stuff you want to do, you got to crack on now.
Yeah, it really, I suppose it is a real marker, isn't it? It is like, it's midlife, man.
Midlife.
If you're lucky, you've got another 40 the other side.
And hopefully with the quality that you have now.
Exactly.
So it is an exciting time. I embrace my 40s.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest learning since starting your second act?
I suppose inevitably I'm going to bring it back to parenting. Boring! But I think the biggest thing I've learned, I think I'm a really good mum and I'm really chuffed with that. But I also have learned that parenting is the hardest thing I have ever done, for sure.
It is the hardest. And they never tell you. Or they did, you wouldn't believe it.
You can't get your head around it.
It's everything. It's all encompassing all the time. Yeah. All the time. And it's very overwhelming.
Yeah, and I think perhaps we forget that. And I remember I was in my 20s working in an office. I I didn't give a monkeys. I didn't know about these women and guys as well coming into work. And like I said before, they've lived 100 lives before they've got to the office. They've got other people screaming into childcare. Then they themselves are trying to get ready at the same time. How people do that every day when they are working, and traveling into a city, perhaps they've got to commute. Like, it's just exhausting. And getting back in time to pick them up from childcare and they're knackered and then it just all begins again. It's exhausting.
And then people giving you evil eye if you leave 5 minutes early. And because all the 20-something-year-old punks who don't like when you try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think there's a lack of respect, maybe. I don't know if that's pathetic.
Respect is a really good word.
I think there's maybe a lack of respect for parents and what they are doing. And even if you don't want kids, absolutely fair enough. As we've said, very valid point. But I think, I don't know, just to respect that some people are, and we have to, because these are the people who are going to pay the taxes, who will look after you when you're older. Right?
Literally, we're making the future generation.
So it's full on. Yeah. Basically, pay us for it.
Literally. Okay. If you could go into a time machine, go back in time, what advice would you, from your second act, Ellie? Yeah. Go back in time to first act, Ellie. What advice would you give yourself and to our listeners?
Oh, what advice would I give? I suppose, never think you're too old. Yeah. Like I was saying, I thought I was too old at 27, which is ridiculous. But then I'm sure someone in their 60s would say, if I think I'm too old at 42, don't be ridiculous. I think you're never too old. And you're only going to get older. So it's now or never. Like, if not now, then when? Yeah. Just have a go. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work out. At least you've tried. And I think largely I'm glad that I've said all the yeses that I have.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, I think it's better than that, than regret the things that you didn't do.
And you don't have a fear of failure?
I think perhaps in stand-up, it's something you're really used to, perhaps, because you have to. The only way to test out a joke is to say it on stage.
And if it bombs.
And if it bombs, it bombs. And, when I'm doing new material night, 90% of the stuff I will say will be absolute dog shit.
But it's the only way. You have the strength to just be like, roll off the duck's back?
Yeah, because every time I write this stuff, I think it's great. And I always think that's very sweet, because I never lose the faith. Yes. When I'm writing at home, I'm like, oh, this was really funny. And I try it out and immediately realise it's absolute bollocks. But you never lose that sort of faith, the hope. And with that, the failure kind of, it's such a sort of just something that comes with the job. So I think perhaps I'm more used to it maybe than other people could be.
I think you're absolutely right. I think all artists are optimists.
I'm actually not an optimist normally in life, but I think in
you keep going.
I keep going. Yeah,
you keep writing them jokes.
Because I always think
that's optimistic.
That is optimistic, and because I'm not witchy and I don't believe in manifesting or anything. I'm like, imagine if I did and it worked. Oh my God, because I'm miserable and I've done all right. So if I started manifesting, I'm going to take over the world.
You literally are my soul sister, because my best friend yesterday said, Ateh, imagine if you were a little bit more disciplined and actually worked 8 hours a day and we were really structured, what you could achieve. We just need to swap.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not structured. I'm just like magical.
We need a Freaky Friday body switch.
We need a Freaky Friday. I give you my witchy woo-woo magic.
I'm going to Raya. Quick as you like.
Good luck, girl. It's time for your second act, where we read emails and voice notes sent in by you, my wonderful listeners. And this one is from Cynthia. I love your podcast. It's the only thing that gets me through my commute. I'm 42 and completely burnt out. I have a demanding corporate job, director of marketing, and 2 school-age kids. Everywhere I look online, it's all about midlife reinvention, launching a coaching business, starting a podcast, pursuing a passion project. And I really want to change. But honestly, I'm so exhausted by 7 p.m, I barely decide what to watch on Netflix. How am I supposed to launch a new fulfilling career when I feel I only have 10% of my energy left?
Oh, I feel her so bad. The pressure, isn't it, to do more, compete, be brilliant, do this. I've got 3,000 ideas and so much energy.
Yes.
I think at some point, if you know you're working as hard as you can, you've got to cut yourself some slack at some point, haven't you?
I think that's such good. Cut yourself some slack. Number 1, stop beating yourself up.
Absolutely.
Number 2, and I say this as a recovering people pleaser, carve out some time for yourself.
Yeah.
And actually say to yourself, and I'm talking to myself, there's one day where I'm going to sit down and make my dreams come true, or I'm going to make a plan. Because it doesn't sound like she's making time for herself.
Sure, yeah. And I think talk and advise yourself how you would a friend, which always helps, doesn't it? I mean, we all know this stuff. We just don't do it.
Yeah. And so you just think, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some time to breathe, to plot your course, and she can do it.
And talk kindly to yourself and look at what you have achieved and what you are doing.
Yeah.
Big yourself up, write a list of everything. And I bet you'd be like, oh, actually, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right, mate.
And as my mum said, make your hobby a job and you never feel like you're working. So that's another place to start. If there's something you can do all day long and you don't care if you're getting paid or not, that is what, if you can turn that into a job, do that.
Or make your hobby a job and then ruin your hobby because you've got loads of pressure attached to it now.
I know.
Just the other way of looking at it.
Snap. Literally. But yeah, good luck, Cynthia.
We're all making it up.
Yeah, no one has it together.
No.
You're looking at all these people online or whatever, and no one knows what they're doing.
And all the people you're looking to are probably also going, that other person's doing that. Why aren't I doing that? I should do more as well. Like everyone, we move the goalposts all the time. And I bet, 5 years ago, she would be thinking that the situation she's in now is like amazing and she's worked really hard and all the things she's achieved. So,
it also gives me comfort. I always say to myself, you are your great-great-great-grandmother's dream come true.
Oh, absolutely.
So
my gosh, it's so true.
And don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You are someone's dream come true. Oh my God, Ellie, I'm slightly obsessed with you. Thank you so much for coming on Second Act.
Pleasure. Thank you.
That was amazing. And yay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I always want to hear from you. So please send your thoughts, dilemmas and feelings to secondactpod@hellomagazine.com. Please rate us if you're enjoying Second Act. And if you'd like more of the best midlife content, you can find more via the Hello Magazine website. And I'll see you next week.